This is how you walk when you know you've got your payments covered. You're confident. No bill payments can shake you. Need to make a quick payment? Your Fidelity banking apps are available 24/7. You don't have data? Star 770 hash is all you need. You're out and about? Your Fidelity bank cards accepted everywhere. Need cash right now? There's a Fidelity Bank ATM near you. Bills, transfers, payments, purchases, nothing can faze you. So walk tall, cause you know Fidelity is always there for you. Start banking with Fidelity today.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
It's a
very good morning to you, Lagos, Nigeria, and welcome to yet another wonderful time on radio. It is Financial Matters brought to you by Fidelity Bank. And just like Fidelity Bank, the bank that keeps to its words, we at Hot FM 93.3 Lagos endeavor against all odds to come to you every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. on this wonderful business program, Financial Matters, brought to you by Fidelity Bank. I still remain your humble host, William Suzumba. And today, as usual, we are yet again going to be treating a very engaging topic, subject matter that I want to believe you all will benefit from this morning. And for those of you who might just be joining us for the very first time on Financial Matters, we every Thursday morning, 9 a.m., we look at the do's and don'ts of a modern business. We also look at some of the regulatory numbers coming out from the government, both at the state and federal levels, and also some of the beautiful information that you as an individual, especially as a business owner, need to run a successful brand in today's highly competitive environment. Now, today we want to look at this topic, this subject matter, family finance as a business model. Now, some might go like, family finance as a business model. Well, when we go into the topic proper, you will understand the angle we're coming from and why and how it matters a lot. Now, a quick background information on the subject matter we're looking at this morning. The family has been described as the smallest unit of every society. Everyone is a product of a family, no doubt, unless you just fell from the heavens or the sky. All over the world, families play a foundational role in the modeling and evolution of cities, nations, continents, races, and general well-being of mankind, man in general. So there is no doubt that this, call it the smallest unit of a society, plays a fundamental role to the overall behavioral pattern, well-being of an entire nation and the world in its entirety. So this morning we're going to look at how having or planning a very good family finance can actually become a model for a business, for a brand to thrive. We'll look at all of that. And as we always do every week this morning, I'm not going to be having this discussion all by myself. I have someone in-house that will be helping us to dissect and shed some more insight from the professional angle as regards to today's topic. But at this point in time, let's go on another quick break, take some words from our partners, Fidelity Bank, and when we come back, we'll jump right into it. Stay tuned.
It's a social world, and keeping up has become a lot easier, even banking. So I decided to follow. I had to see if there was more. There really was. A bank that suits your lifestyle. Wow. My reaction? Exactly. Now I can do my banking 24/7 and it's easy and convenient. I can either use star 770 hash instant banking to transfer money and pay bills, or the Fidelity online app to easily keep track of my finances. My Fidelity card allows me to pay for my purchases at any POS terminal and withdraw money from any ATM anytime. It's like banking at your fingertips. Come on board. Visit www.fidelitybank.ng to discover more about our digital banking offerings.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
Welcome back to Financial Matters brought to you by Fidelity Bank. I did say before that short break that when we come back, I shall be unveiling my guest this morning. Please join me as I make welcome the one and only Mrs. Adebisi Atewo Logun. Madam, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mr. William.
I hope I did a bit of justice to that, your surname.
Oh, yes.
Aha, good. You're welcome. Very, very welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you.
Now, a quick profile on my guest this morning. Mrs. Adebisi Atewologun. She is an enterprising, visionary, charismatic, energetic, creative, innovative, purpose-driven, and passionate coach and mentor to so many across the globe. She has been happily married for 14 years now and counting, and blessed with 4 kids. She holds her first and second degrees in economics, a chartered accountant, an online business expert, a family life coach with a specialty in family finance. She has 10 years working experience as a seasoned banker, bagging several awards as best marketer in her region. She is actively involved in humanitarian services, giving to the less privileged, and as well as mentoring the youth. Once more, madam, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, remember, the show still remains a very interactive one. You can always call in on our number, 0818-242-6591. I repeat, 0818-242-6591 to be part of this program. Now, let's get right into it. Family finance as a business model. Now, the very first question I want to throw to you, Madam Adebisi, is what is family finance and how does it relate to a normal business finance? What's the relationship between the two?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Family finance involves the income, expenses, accounts, things that has to do with money and values for the family.
Yeah.
Now, relating it with a business, you want to run a business, you still have to assess it from the angle of the income, the expenses, the accounts, the relationships that they have. So if you want to say that a business is an SME, you look at the figures.
Yeah.
What's the annual turnover? What's the profit margin? You know, how consistent have they grown over the years? So this is why we say that family is the foundation of everything in society. Because if you're running your family very well, it's just the same way as you're saying you're running a business successfully.
Good. Now, it's worth noting or mentioning at this point in time that today's discussion is tailored around a book that Adebisi Atewologun wrote or authored. That's the family finance, the secrets aspiring and married couples need to know in maintaining a financially free home. I decided to dwell on this book in line with today's topic because of the similarities therein to that of a normal business structure. Now, let's look at this other angle. What does it mean? Because when I went through your book, I saw a particular subtitle or subheading of family finance, running a family finance the team way, and that struck me, and that's why I'm actually going to ask the second question. What does it mean to run a family finance the team way, and how can we relate running a family finance the team way to how we run a business?
Okay, you know, money matters is a very sensitive matter.
Of course.
In modern day, a lot of couples can get naked with their spouses, but when it comes to their finances, they don't want to get naked. They don't want to go that area.
True.
You know, and then you look at it. Are you in for now or you're in for the long term? Because if you're in for the long term, somehow you just have to let go of everything. You have to, open your cards. So sometimes people tend to say, well, I don't think this person is competent enough for me to let everything be open or allow this person, because I don't want to be controlled. I don't want somebody telling me how to do my things and all that. But really, there's a way. There's a mindset. And when you have that mindset, you would understand that it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But you have to be deliberate about it. Because if you look at it, when you're running a business, we have what we call the going concern concept, meaning that the business will continue to function in the foreseeable future. The same way with marriage, because you're in it for life,
Yeah.
unless it's for a contract. But if you know that you're in this for life, you have to begin to get knowledge. The fact that you have some challenges why you shouldn't trust your partner is not an excuse if you really want to enjoy your marriage. The same way for a business. You can't say that you're running a business, you have a partner, and you're telling the partner, no, don't go this way, just focus on this. You already said, I am investing 50 million in this business.
Yeah.
And then you're still saying, out of this 50 million, 20 million out of it, I would be the one to be in charge of it. You take care of it. There will be frictions because
Yeah.
you won't trust the person. You're telling me how can you tell me why shouldn't I know how your unit is performing?
It's performing.
And you call yourself my business partner. So in real sense, we have a lot to learn from the family space, and that's why a lot of persons will tell you when you can run your family successfully, you can run your business.
You're equipped to run the
successfully.
business.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So as running a successful family finance involves you working together with your partner and even with your kids if they're of age. They need to know what you're doing. Your cards need to be on the table as transparent as possible for everybody to see. Good. Now, let's still dwell a bit on this issue of teamwork, because on this program a couple of times with the guests I've had in the past, we've looked at and even talked about this funny spirit we have in this part of the world, this meism spirit, this spirit of meism. It's my
Me,
company,
myself,
it's
and
my
I.
me, myself, and I. It's my business. I can run it the way I want, how I want, where I want. So, still on the issue of teamwork, how important is teamwork, both in the family and the business? I mean, you have been a financial expert before now. You've had several years in the financial industry.
Yeah.
And interestingly, you've worked with our main sponsors of this program, Fidelity Bank. So,
Yeah.
so I think even it's appropriate that you say a bit of shout out to
Yeah,
them.
and
Before
shout out to all of you, Fidelity Bank. Thank you so much for investing in me.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
So now, how important is teamwork, both in the family and the business circle?
Okay, I wrote in the book that if a team is as strong as its weakest link.
Yes, I saw that while
Yeah.
reading the book.
And honestly, when you say you're very good, you can run this race alone without
Anybody.
Without anybody. At some point in time, you get tired. You need to rest. Even if you don't trust someone still has to carry on with what you're doing.
Very true.
And that's why this part of the world we don't have companies that have lived for generations.
True. True.
I attended a course recently. Like the thing of the course, the beasts. How do you build a beast? How do you build a business that has a legacy when you don't even trust your partners? How do you build a business that will live for years after you have gone? If you don't understand the need for you to work with other people.
Yeah.
Because you have the vision, but you're not perfect. You don't have everything.
Of course.
And when we learn to leverage on the strengths of other persons, we'll be able to make the most of the resources that we have at our disposal. So when you have a partner, just understand this. It is your duty to harness their skills, harness their strengths. Work on them. Don't just say, this person, I give up on you. Just go, I'll do my own thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're shooting yourself in the leg.
Yeah.
So as it relates to family, it relates to business.
Business.
Because you can hire and keep hiring. Honestly, a time will come when you would ask yourself, how many staffs do I have that have worked for me since I started? Or for 10 years?
True.
Or for 15 years? It's a major indicator to your own ability to manage people.
Yes.
Because when you set up a business because you want it to be in existence for a long time, and people you're working with, they
Don't
just
stay.
Come,
They're just coming and going. They're
something is
passerbys.
wrong. Because if you know how to treat them, they would most likely stay. And even when they leave, they still have this memory that when I was with you, I learned this.
Yeah.
You added this. Just like today, I'm talking about having worked with Fidelity Bank.
True.
Because I still learned a lot while I worked with them. So that's how it is with business as well as family.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, while going through your book, there was this phrase
statement I got in line with this last question I just asked. I want you to like shed a bit of light on it, especially after looking at the bold caption: "A team is as strong as its weakest link." Any weakness not addressed by the parties responsible for the upkeep of the family will ultimately have a negative effect on all members of the family. How does this relate or tie to a business? This concept, this statement
Okay.
of your book.
When you have a staff that is not doing so well
Yeah,
based on their KPIs,
yeah,
and you're like, the staff is not doing well, and then you just hold on to the person like the person is a liability, not an asset to you. It will drag down your productivity. Why? Because they're not contributing positively
yeah,
to the growth of the organization.
yeah.
So a responsible organization would want to look at it. Where are you really good at? By the time they run a few tests, they will be able to know you probably will be better in these departments
Than where you presently
than
are.
where you presently are, or maybe distance, maybe because of travel time, maybe because of the mental state of the person. Because when the person have to have long travel time to work every day, it might affect
Might
the
affect
person's
your
performance.
performance.
So when somebody is not performing very well, you need to ask questions. And then when you ask questions, it is your responsibility to find out, dig it in, to know how you can make the most of that person. Because trust me, everybody is an asset.
Sure.
So you find a way to fix them in the area where they will be able
Where
to
they are more
come
useful.
out. And then once they come out, boom, their light shines. The company is, better off for it.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Now remember, you can still call in to be part of the show with your questions and contributions. Our phone line still remains 0818-242-6591. I repeat, 0818-242-6591. And I still have in the studio with me Adebisi Atewo Logun, an author, an energetic, charismatic, and passionate family coach, and also financial expert. Now let's make progress to yet another interesting question I would like to ask in line with something I also got from your book. How can thinking long term affect one's associations both within the family and a business? Now, before you take that, let me read out an extract I got from your book, from going through your book on that law of association. It says a person is as good as the 5 persons he or she spends most time with. You will definitely walk with people that share a common belief with you, so you do not derail from your family's vision and values. Very interesting quote. Now, how can we relate this quote from your book to a business structure?
Okay. When you're working in an organization, you have a role, you have your KPIs, you have the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you consider association, you look at the fact that I want to become the head of department someday. I want to be able to grow in my career.
Yeah.
How do I maintain my relationship with my colleagues, with my superiors? Do I continue to look at spending time doing things that will not add value to me? Or would I continue to do things that will make me happy, make me have more capacity, increase my capacity to add value to the organization so I can grow in my career? For a family, you would tell yourself that, see, we have this vision in our family.
Yeah.
We want to be able to live global standard, because honestly, that's what I expect every family to think about. Your personal economy is very important.
Yeah.
And when you know that, see, we are at the global stage of life where you're on Facebook, you can do whatever you want to do, you can interact with anybody around the world, then your family too is interacting with everybody all over the world. It's beyond being in Nigeria. So you're thinking global. You're
Yeah.
thinking, how can my family become a global brand? So the same for your business. And when you're in an organization that is always telling you, see, we want to be able to have a global presence, you will start thinking about, there's something they are doing, there's something a company similar to ours is doing in Turkey, for instance. And when they have this challenge, this is what they do.
This is what they do.
Now, as a staff of that organization, when you hear things like that, and maybe you're the supervisor, you look at this person and say, wow, this is an asset.
An asset.
Why? Because the person is thinking along with the vision that organization has at that time. So it's very important that you align yourself with the vision and then think long term. If an organization wants to build a global brand, how do I come in? How do I add value? So when you bring all those kind of things to the table, you will become an asset. So it comes with your association and your interests.
So we have a call. Hello, good morning. I think we've lost that call. Okay. Good. Now, still on the issue of building good association. My next question my next question goes thus: what role does communication play in doing family finance the team way, and how does this relate to a business? In line with, we just finished talking about building associations within the family and how it can also translate to a business. Now, what role does proper communication play around building a very good structure for your business and your family?
Okay, thank you. When you have a business and people are able to communicate among themselves,
Yeah.
it makes the business to flow. The same way, it starts from the vision. How clearly
Are your visions being defined?
Being defined to your staff, to everybody in your organization, not just people in your organization, but to your stakeholders. Because it's beyond you. It's you're not just interacting with the company, you're interacting with external parties.
True.
So when they know you for this, Fresh FM is known for hot. Give it 7 for you, hot. Right? So you're consistently sending out this message that this is it. Because of course money is hot issue.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
Yes.
So if you have an organization and you're not communicating your vision, you're not communicating your values, people will tend to go different ways, and then you don't build a sustainable business. So communication is very, very important. How you say it, who you say it to, the frequency that you say it, the method that you use to say it, the flexibility, the feedback systems, that you use, because it's very important. You don't just assume. Assumption, they say, is the lowest form of knowledge. So you don't just assume and say, well, from what I see, I think they're happy. You have to have systems in place that would help you to know, are they really happy?
Are they really happy?
Do they have concerns? Not just for your staffs, but for your stakeholders, your customers, and everybody. So communication is very important.
Good. I personally like the way you defined it in your book, where you said communication is the impartation of, or exchange of information through speaking, writing, or using some other medium. Doing family finance the team way requires that you constantly communicate your actions, decisions, and thoughts with your family members. And I pretty much agree that it's the same with running a successful business, a successful brand.
Definitely.
You need to constantly communicate your thoughts, your ideas with members of staff.
Where will we be in the next 5 years? It doesn't just come automatically.
Good.
When the staff knows this is the direction, they flow with you.
They flow with it. Good. Very true. Now, what role does vision, though you talked a bit about vision earlier, but what role does vision and values play in organizing a family finance the team way, and how does it relate to a business? Now, before you take that, I also would like to read out some extracts from your book. where you define, you said vision is knowing who you are, where you're going, and what will guide your journey. This, of course, this definition was taken from Ken Blanchard and Jess Stoner. And you also said in your book that values are the guidelines for daily behavior and decision making. Your purpose shapes your value. Now, in line with these extracts from your book, what role does vision and value play in family finance, the team way, and how does it relate to your business?
Okay, thank you. You know, vision is like the anchor that holds everything, that steers in the direction that it will go. And this is why not every opportunity is your opportunity.
Yeah.
Not every road leads to where you're going. So it helps you to streamline and concentrate and focus on what it is that you want. And that way you attract the right energy and resources that will lead you to where you're going. When you have a vision that you want to become the best in a particular industry, for instance, you begin to think about what are the challenges that they have? How do I solve it? How do I make sure this thing is the best? You know, and as you focus your energy on that, it drives your values. So when things come in that might want to worsen the current situation, it becomes a no for you. Why? Because it doesn't align with the vision that you have. For instance, you run an organization and you say, as a printer, I want to be able to deliver at the shortest time possible. If you have a printer that is still delivering at the average time rate for your industry peers, your vision will drive you to want to look for a machine that will deliver at the shorter time, so you can deliver on your vision. So that way, you're constantly being motivated to beat those indices, those current challenges that you have to become that best. So it guides your values, it guides your actions and everything. So the same way with the family as well.
Fantastic. Now, I think at this point in time, we'll go on another quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Adebisi Atewologun. And we are still looking at the subject matter, family finance as a business model. Please stay tuned.
Now, here's a thought. What's your word worth? As good as the sun or like the wind? Elusive. Here, there, gone. What if all I had was your word? Out here in the rain, but your promise, like a donut, had a hole in it. Trustworthy, reliable, bankable fidelity. A wise man once told me the world was built on these qualities, on words. Because every person, like every bank, is only as good as their word.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.
On this program, every Thursday morning, we talk about finances, about money, how to make money the right way. So that song is very fitting. Money, owo, ego, kudi. Very, very important in the lives of everybody, individuals, businesses, and of course, the family circle. You're still listening to Financial Matters, brought to you by Fidelity Bank, and I still have with me in the studio Adebisi Atewologun, and we've been discussing family finance, how it can be a very good model for a business today. Now, welcome back to the second phase of today's discussion, Madam.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I still want to, pick your mind on still on the issue of vision.
Okay.
Yes, we've talked about the fact that it's very important. Vision and value helps to shape the family circle, and in turn also helps to shape a business. Now, someone might want to ask, how do I create a vision? How do I create the vision? Now, I personally liked some pointers I got under the issue of vision from your book, which reads in part, be careful what you pick from people. Some people get ideas from other people. Yes, it's allowed. But I like that watchword, be careful what you pick from people. It is okay to be inspired by other people, and it is very important to have mentors and people you look up to in life. why do you think this pointer is very important towards creating a vision, both for family and the business?
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. That's a very deep question.
Yes, it is.
Life, they say, is a personal race. A lot of times when you are not very careful,
Yeah.
you run other people's race.
True.
You get lost along the way.
Mm.
Sometimes you're fortunate to find your path. Some other times, you realize it when it's too late to make a U-turn. Your vision is peculiar with your purpose. And it's very important that you look inwards.
Yeah.
You know, the song, He Lives in You,
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross, yes.
Honestly,
Lion
you really
King.
need to look inwards. Because when you look inwards, God that created you has put something in there for you. And when you grab it, run with it. Most of the time, it might not be so clear. Most of the time, you're not very sure of the specifics.
Yes.
But it will drive you because it keeps you restless.
Sorry, I think we have a caller now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Can we meet you, please?
Yeah, my name is Jude Onoyen.
Welcome, Mr. Jude. Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set? I can hear some echoes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, fantastic. I think you're much audible now. Please go ahead, sir. What's your question or what's your take in line with today's topic?
First of all, I want to commend you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, we lost him. But at least we got something very important. He said he wants to commend you. So I guess that's good.
I appreciate that.
That's good. So, yes, you were still talking, you were still explaining the issue of how to create a vision.
Yes, how you create a vision, you think, you look inwards.
Okay, sorry, I think we have another caller. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Uzogba.
Good morning.
My name is Debbie. I'm calling from cement side of Lagos.
Good morning, Madam Debbie. It's been a while we heard from you on the show.
Oh, it's network issues. I've been calling. I've been trying to reach you.
Oh.
I really appreciate the topic Mrs. Adebisi is discussing family finance.
Thank you.
A lot of people have made it in other areas, but when it comes inwards, family finance, the water doesn't hold. So it's a very interesting topic that she's discussing, and I'm really commend you for bringing it up.
Thank you.
Especially in this your topic of financial matters.
Thank you.
So if you know when the family succeeds, the entire society succeeds.
Very true.
True.
Very true.
So well done, Mrs. Adebisi, and to you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Madam Debbie. Thanks for always calling in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. That's one of our regular callers on the program, Madam Debbie.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ms. Debbie. So, like I was saying,
yes, please.
Do you grab your vision looking inwards? Because honestly, you're not just a body, you're a spirit, you're a soul. And that's why you sleep, you wake up, you sleep, you wake up.
Yeah.
Something is driving you. And that's why death is not the end of a man. It's only a transition. So you can't take away the fact that there's another realm other than what we see. And you need to connect with that realm to grab your purpose, to grab your vision. So when if you're not careful, by the time you focus on what people are saying for time, because nobody knows you like your maker.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you like the one that has created you.
Yeah.
So when you have that frank conversation with yourself, you will be able to move, even when the whole world is
standing still. You can move.
Mandela is a very, very good example of a visionary man. He has this vision. He's passionate about it. He held onto it. His family members were like, "Are you mad? Are you crazy?" They gave him conditions. You can come out of prison. But he insisted. He said, "No. These are my own conditions. If you don't meet it, I'm not going to move out." And he continued. Why? Because he has this very strong sense of vision. And today, we need to understand that if you don't hold on to it, You will leave, but that emptiness will still be there.
Still be there.
So it's good to have mentors that will guide you, but the decision ultimately is yours to make.
Good, good. Now, I still will want you to shed some more light, especially as regards to the dangers. Okay, I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can we meet you, please?
My name is Onyemesi. I'm calling from Ikurudi.
Oh, how you doing, Onyemesi?
I'm fine, sir.
Good. What's
And
your
you?
take? We're good. We're good. What's your question or what's your take this morning?
I greet our guest. Yes. God bless you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What I want to say about the program today is this. Because as in my own side, what I did is, let me say, 2008.
Yes.
I go somewhere in Ikorodu,
Okay.
and I look at what I'm doing in Lagos Island. I find out that maybe time going on, I can't stand very well
Okay.
for what I'm doing.
Okay.
What I did is that I meet a friend, and a friend took me to one side at Ikorodu, and I bought a land there.
Okay.
When I bought the land, I struggled whatever all things that I'm doing at Lagos Island. I take everything that I have and I invested into the land, and I do this. I put everything. All my junior ones that try every time they will come to me, give me money, give me this, give me this. Sometimes it will cause problems between me and them because I don't have, and they will see that I have. What I did, as I invested the place and I did the place, only thing I did that whenever they come, I say, this particular place, whenever this man pays money, collect the money and use it for your own business. Just make sure that you use the money very well. I don't want you to be coming to me and disturbing me in my own business so that you will not find out maybe I have much and I don't want to give you. I understand where I'm going.
Yes, yes. That's a structure. Yeah. You came up with a model, a structure that can help you separate your business and family, especially when it comes to spending money. It's a structure, and that's a good one.
That's a brilliant one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I think we've lost Oyemichi there, but Oyemichi has a point there, and interestingly, too, is one of our regular callers who he always tries to tie each week's topic to his business, and we really appreciate each time he calls in and relates whatever we're discussing to his personal business and way of life. That shows that he's actually drawing some good points from the program. Now, I was before that a call from Oyemichi from Ikorodu. I wanted you to shed some more light on the dangers, because just as your book says, it's good to share ideas from people. It's good to have mentors who inspire you, who motivate you. Fantastic. It's good. It's part of life. But there is a caveat. There's a punchline. And that's that phrase, be careful what you pick from people. Why is it very important, especially for individuals, not to pick people's ideas or words word for word? What's the pitfall? What are the likely dangers in just picking people's words and ideas word for word?
Okay. When you're original, you would last. When you're original, you will create a legacy.
True.
When you're original, you will stand out. And that's what vision gives to you. So when it's about what somebody has said, it doesn't last, because over time you would keep running, and somehow, some way, you'd realize that it's not really sitting for you. Every individual has different phases that they go through in life.
Yeah.
So everything that happens to you has a way of contributing to who you are and who you're becoming. And whoever it is that is trying to suggest this to you is only saying it based on what they can see.
Their own experience, not yours.
Not yours. So their experience is not the same as yours.
True.
So you can't now build your life based on that. But you can learn, you can take a clue. Like I love reading biographies because I learn from their experiences. And when you learn, you see, okay, when this person got to this point, what did the person do?
What did the person
Does
do?
it really relate to what
Does
I'm
it
doing?
relate to what I'm doing? True.
If it does, fine. You can take a clue from that. But ultimately, you're the one that will benefit if it works. You're the one that
Will cry if it fails.
Exactly.
That's
so it's on you.
That's true.
It's
That's
on
true.
you.
And interestingly, this what you just said took me back to the school days when okay, we have a call. Hello, good morning. I think we've lost that. Yes, as I was saying, it took me back in time, school days of learning, when you're in the classroom and you probably have this colleague in class who's always fond of, copying what you write or what you do in class.
Yeah.
Now you discover that over time, fine, even if some people, even all through schooling, get away with it and
Definitely.
copy their way through school and eventually pass out of school. But you now realize that when it now comes to action, they can't perform
Definitely.
because okay, we have a caller now. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can we meet you, please?
My name is Zino. I'm calling from Aja.
Good morning, Zino. Welcome to the program. What's your take today?
First of all, I'd like to say it's an enlightening show, as always.
Thank you.
And I was privileged to meet with your guest at an event recently.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
I also have a copy of your book, so I am just enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing light on an important issue like this, because I'm a business owner, so I know how mixing finances, spending business money on personal issues how it can affect a business, really. So I'm very glad that I'm learning on the show. I'm a work in progress. I can't say I'm there yet, but I'm really glad that you're on the show. I have a question though. So
Go ahead.
Earlier you talked about creating transgenerational businesses that in this part of the world we haven't gotten there. So I just want to know, as a financial analyst, is this feasible here, considering our climate? And what advice do you have for business owners that are here that have such goals or aspire to do that? Yes, thank you.
Good question. Thanks, Zino. Thanks.
Thank you, Zino. That's a very, very good question. And I would like to tell you this. The fact that you want to do it, you're already on that journey.
True.
Because it begins with your mindset, how you think. Another thing is this: how open are you to understand that when you want to build what would last, you need to be prepared.
You need to be prepared. You need people.
You need people.
Not only you.
And you need knowledge. You need the process. You need the technology. So begin to ask yourself this question. The technology that would leave, the future trends, am I really prepared to absorb it? Today we're discussing about having people reading audiobooks. And I believe that this book should be there even after I'm gone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, I am open to the idea that I would like for it to be in audio form, because I want people that are not yet born to be able to read it.
True.
If I'm not open, I would not be able to get this message to the next generation. So when you want to build a business that would live for a long time, you need to be open. You need to be futuristic and position yourself
For the future.
So you don't just say our way is the best way, no feedback mechanism in place to measure.
No flexibility.
The flexibility, thank you. What is really happening? What's the trend? In 10 years' time, what will happen to this, to my business?
Yes.
So when you're open to that, you will leave, you create a legacy business, even in Nigeria, because it is possible. Nigeria is a going concern.
Yeah. I like the last statement. It is possible. So, to set the record straight, it is possible to have a generational brand here in Nigeria. We might not have so many of them, but there are quite a few that have actually lived the test of time. But as you heard, you have to be open to flexibility, changes. Many a times, that's one of the bottleneck we have with a lot of businesses here in Nigeria. Especially, most of these are one-man business. There are quite a number of them with good finances, good backbones, but the mindset is still just one direction. One direction. So you find out that if something happens and the MDC of that company probably is no more, the company crashes. Because nobody shares his ideas, nobody knows what his ideas was, but just him and him himself. So I agree with that point that you need to be open, flexible, and if you position yourself for the future, you have the capacity to build a generational business brand. Good. Wow. As they say, time flies when you're having fun, and who would believe that we've almost exhausted at a full hour? Wow. I want to say a very big thank you to you, DBC Atawalogun. We say thank you for being on the program this morning, and if you want to learn some more about what some of the things she said today and many more, please grab a copy of her book, Family Finance: The Secrets Aspiring and Married Couples Need to Know in Maintaining a Financial Free Home. It's a very good read. I personally have gone through it and I loved it, and that's why I decided to create today's topic around the book. So if you want to learn more about organizing your family finance and how it can even help to shape your business, your brand, go grab a copy of her book, Family Finance. Once more, madam, thank you for being on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you.
That's the lot we can take from our program this morning, Financial Matters, brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Special thanks to all our callers and all our wonderful listeners. You guys are the reason why we bring this show your way every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. on Hot 93.3 FM. Until we come your way, same time, same station, next week with yet another wonderful topic and also guests. I still remain your humble host, William Zumba, telling you to continue to stay safe out there. Remember, the third wave of COVID is sadly kicking in gradually, especially in our beautiful state of Lagos. So please, we still want to stay safe. If you've not been vaccinated, my own personal advice is go get vaccinated. I'm fully vaccinated, and everybody in my household is. So I would implore, though it's still a personal decision, but my own personal advice is go out there and get vaccinated. It's better to be safe than sorry. So let's continue to stay safe out there and continue to keep a positive mind. And as I always say, the sky might just be the beginning of your success growth. Bye, guys.
It's a social world, and keeping up has become a lot easier, even banking. So I decided to follow. I had to see if there was more. There really was. A bank that suits your lifestyle. Wow. My reaction? Exactly. Now I can do my banking 24/7, and it's easy and convenient. I can either use *770# instant banking to transfer money and pay bills, or the Fidelity online app to easily keep track of my finances. My Fidelity card allows me to pay for my purchases at any POS terminal and withdraw money from any ATM anytime. It's like banking at your fingertips. Come on board. Visit www.fidelitybank.ng to discover more about our digital banking offerings.
We're Fidelity. We keep our word.